We're always seeing ads on TV to help those in third world countries.
We certainly are, and a local organization called Planting Hope International is doing just that.
Channel 8 reporter Anne Clausen went out Saturday to see what they were doing to help. Anne?
Thanks. An orphanage in Zimbabwe will be receiving a shipment that was sent out from Manhattan this weekend. The Planting Hope International president, Floyd Dow, cares greatly about the organization's work.
The thing that pulls at my heart every day and all day long is meeting physical needs of the most helpless, the orphans, the widows, those that cannot pay us back for our help.
Volunteers moved, stacked, and packed boxes, crates, and supplies into every nook and cranny of this trailer.
Clothes, there's blankets, there's be a large generator, we have a smaller generator for the farm.
The volunteers worked for 3 hours to get this 40-foot trailer packed. These supplies will take more than 2 months to make it to their final destination, Eden Children's Village in Zimbabwe, a refuge for over 120 orphans whose parents have died from AIDS. There's also a school of more than 250 children from the area.
This is exciting. It takes a year to plan this, and we have 2 hours to load it. So it's a lot of adrenaline flowing, it's a lot of fun.
3-year-old Chiedza in the white shirt and green shorts knows no other life.
I traveled down there 5 months ago, and the plight of these children is severe. But the hopes of these children are high. All they want to do is live normal, healthy lives.
That was a very touching story, Anne. But if someone wanted to help out, how could they?
If you go to plantinghopeinternational.org, you can get more information about their organization and the orphanage.
That's a great story, Anne. We look forward to hearing more about your adventures and the orphanage.
If you've driven on Highway 18 lately, you may have noticed an increase in construction on the highway.
The K18 construction project will include an interchange, 4 bridges, and a 4-lane freeway. This project is necessary for the large population growth between Manhattan and Fort Riley. The project will be constructed in 3 phases, which is expected to be completed in the fall of 2013.
So the next time you're driving on K18, take a look around, because you'll probably be seeing some changes in the upcoming months.
Now let's go to Mikey Rupert to hear what is going on in the Collegian this week. Mikey?
Thanks, Holly. I'm joined with Caroline Sweeney, a member of the Collegian staff. Caroline, I saw in today's paper, we've got the Big 12 tournament coming up in Kansas City, and you guys have an extensive column about that. How are you guys going to be covering this tournament in the upcoming days?
Sure. Well, today we have our tip-off section, which talks about both men's and women's basketball. We have a crew of 5 people, 2 photographers and 3 writers are going to be split evenly between the men's and women's games. Tomorrow's going to be a little tight since the men's starts at 11:30 and the women's starts at 11. We're going to be reporting during the games with short paragraphs during the halftime and during the timeouts, and we'll be tweeting on our Twitter handle is Sports Collegian, so you guys can hop on and follow us there. And then every night we'll be posting large articles online with photo galleries, and then the next day those recaps and hopefully columns will run in the print edition so people can read those on campus. We haven't really figured out what we're going to do if they move on. Hopefully they do, so we can stay in Kansas City a little bit longer. And if we make it all the way to Saturday, we'll be bringing more extensive coverage that day as well.
Well, that sounds like a great way to stay in tune with the Cats.
Yeah.
Now, we've also got this week coming up, Fake Patty's Day. This is a very notorious and famous holiday that we've got here in Aggieville. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit, are you guys going to be covering the Fake Patty's Day events in any way, upcoming or post?
Yeah, we have a great package coming up tomorrow in our newspaper. It's going to be all about Fake Patty's Day. We've got 3 pages of columns, articles. We talk about different kinds of beer that you can have on Fake Patty's Day as well. And we're keeping students updated with the ordinance changes and possible cover charge wristband details on that day. During Fake Patty's Day, we're going to have photographers out there taking pictures, and we'll probably have some sort of write-up on Monday. The details are a little sketchy. We have a lot of people that aren't sure they want to cover Fake Patty's Day, but I know there'll be a lot of great stories coming out of Saturday's events. Also, right now on kstatecollegian.com, we have a poll that people can take about what the most important thing is for them on Fake Patty's Day. We're trying to raise our poll numbers from last week. I think we had about 200 people, and right now we're sitting at 168, so I want to get as many people on there to vote as possible.
Oh, wonderful. Now tell me about this. What's this poll about?
Sure. It's just asking students to tell us, we give them 4 options, what they are most concerned about Fake Patty's Day. And the options are the wristband cover charges, not being able to get into the bars due to overcrowding, stricter police force, and then our fun question is not drinking enough. And we're just curious to see what students are thinking about when it comes to Fake Patty's Day with all of these changes coming, and whether or not this tradition will be able to continue.
Well, that's great. Collegian's a great way to stay in tune. You can keep up with all the events coming up. We'll be right back with more Channel 8 right after the break.
They keep saying we laugh just a little too loud.
And we came to exist on our own. Then why can't the world fill me up? I wonder where I got the hunger from.
I think it went pretty well.
I sang Tunnels by the Arcade Fire. I did not sing it as well as Win Butler typically sings it, so that might be part of the problem.
Something about lonely nights and the lipstick on your face. I put my hands up in the air sometimes, saying, ayo, gotta let go.
I talked a little bit in the middle of the song to the judges to try and get my confidence back up. That was not an effective strategy.
When you say we need to talk, he walks. You say sit down when it's just a talk.
And that's the modest mate. Each day I pray God makes a way. If I die broke, I would still be glad, because I know I live my life his way.
How do you think it went?
Awesomely. I play guitar and sing and stuff, so I actually came out with an album, so I'm kind of trying to find out ways to promote it.
I think I did good. I hope I did good.
Bow out, go. Now I said bow out and leave. I said take your stuff and go, 'cause you're not for me, no. I'm going to Hollywood!
There's not a doubt in my mind that I will be something.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. Mikey Rupert is now joined in studio by a member of the Humane Society. Mikey, what do you have for us today?
Thanks, Jacob. I'm here with Jocelyn from the Humane Society. And Jocelyn, you've brought us here. Who is this?
This is Zoe. Zoe is a 1-year-old Staffordshire Bull Terrier, which is a pit bull type dog. Zoe originally actually comes from Texas when her family had to move to Junction City. Unfortunately, they did not know that Junction City has a breed ban, and so Zoe unfortunately had to be given up by her first family because of breed bans. So.
Okay, and I've also noticed on Zoe's black leg, he's not standing right now, but he looks a little hurt, but he's getting better. Is that right?
Yes, Zoe is getting better. Zoe has severe hip dysplasia. She has to have 2 operations, one on each hip. The operation is called a femoral head ostectomy. And basically what it does is it removes a piece of her femur that is causing the pain. And so once she's got both surgeries done, she's got the rehab all done with, she'll be able to run and play just like a normal dog will, just without the pain.
Now, what did you say the name of that surgery she had was?
It's called a femoral head ostectomy.
It sounds very impressive. So,
it is.
So what do you guys do at the Humane Society for these animals, or for future owners?
For Riley County Humane Society, we're an all volunteer, all foster home organization, which means that the animals, we do not have a physical building. All the animals live in homes. So Zoe lives with me and my personal pets. What we do is we take in animals that are in need, such as Zoe, because of breed bans, owners can't keep them anymore for various reasons. And then we spay and neuter them, microchip them, get them current with their vaccinations, and they get to basically live with us in homes until they find their forever home.
You microchip?
Yeah.
What do you put a computer in them? What do you mean microchip?
Not quite a computer. Microchip is about the size of a grain of rice that has a number on it, engraved in it, that is only to that one specific animal. What they can do is they can scan if they were to get lost. They can scan for the microchip number, look the number up, and as long as the owner kept everything current, then they can reunite them.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Jocelyn. I really appreciate it, as we always do. Jacob, back to the desk.
We're going to have to take another break, but up next, Drew Morris gives us a full look at the weather. And Chris Powell will update us on all of the sports occurring around Manhattan, and much more coming up next on Channel 8 News.